Now, may I request Sri Ram Sevak Bandyopadhyay, member, Ramakrishna Mission, to kindly deliver his speech.
We bow down at the lotus feet of our Guru, Ma and Swamiji. My pranams to the most revered President Maharaj, revered Vice President Maharajis, General Secretary Maharaj, all the revered monks and brahmacharis of the Ramakrishna order. My salutations and greetings to all other devotees and admirers sitting near or far from this assembly who have joined to celebrate the 125th Foundation Day of Ramakrishna Mission. Sri Chakravarti Rajagopalachari, the first Governor General of independent India and a great freedom fighter, wrote, I quote, Swami Vivekananda saved Hinduism and saved India. But for him, we would have lost our religion and would not have gained our freedom. We, therefore, owe everything to Swami Vivekananda. May his faith, his courage, and his wisdom ever inspire us so that we can keep safe the treasure we have received from him. Unquote. Today, we all feel and believe that Ramakrishna order is the greatest repository of this treasure of faith, courage, and wisdom. Here we see hope. Here we see strength. The message of the founder never ceases spreading out from here. And what is that central message? Every man can become divine by realizing his own divinity. No distinction of caste, creed, religion, or nationality. Beginning of the journey, Swami Vivekananda, after his epoch-making visit to the West, came back to India and landed at Colombo on 15 January 1897. His lectures from Colombo to Almora had a tremendous impact in igniting the minds of the youth of a vanquished, subjugated, and sleeping nation. It is amazing to note how an unknown monk became a national hero. Swamiji began his mission of awakening with a clarion call from Upanishad. Rise, awake, and stop not till the goal is reached. Rejecting the idea that religion has kept Indians weak and passive, Swamiji thundered, strength. Strength is what the Upanishads speak to me from every page. Be not weak. Will sin cure sin? Weakness cure weakness? Stand up and be strong. However, Swamiji soon felt that without an organization, nothing great and permanent can be done. So he called a meeting on 1st May 1897, the recorded proceeding of which we have just heard a few minutes back. Thus the journey began, and the rest, as they say, is the history written in golden letters. Significance. A new monastic order was established. The ancient concept of moksha, attainment of salvation, has been combined with the service to humanity. Atmana moksharthi jagat hitaya. As revered Swami Shubhiranandaji explained in details, deriving from his Guru's utterings in ecstasy. Not compassion, but service. Swamiji developed the revolutionary idea of practical Vedanta as service to man, service to God. Siva Jnani, Jiva Shiva. This is the driving force of the new order. Nothing is expected in return. No conversion. Here the service givers feel thankful that God is accepting their services in this body form. This was an unprecedented phenomenon in the history of Indian monasticism. We are all familiar with the stories of the two disciples of Swamiji, namely Swami Kalyanananda and Swami Nischaya, being called Bhangi sadhus in the initial years of running Konkal health facility near Haridwar, and how that was soon changed into respectful reverence. Incidentally, their untiring selfless services and total dedication to fulfill the wishes of their Guru reminded us the famous Aruni Upakhan of Mahabharata. Swamiji envisaged 4 types of need-based services: Addadan, Vidyadan, Shastradan, and Dharmadan. One may notice that the first 3 services prescribed by Swamiji, long before our independence, are the hallmarks of any welfare state. When we talk to the young public servants, we bring their attention to this aspect of Swamiji, of Ramakrishna Swamiji's mission. They should feel blessed if they can get associated with these activities. Any work done with the spirit of service gives a tremendous job satisfaction. Striking features of the mission's work: efficient, all-inclusive, without any discriminations or political affiliation. No wonder it enjoys the trust of all the people. We have seen governments after governments feel confident to engage RKM with their relief and social work. Many corporate houses feel relieved when they can engage with RKM for their CSR. These ideals of service are now catching up steadily throughout the country. Even the most orthodox monastic centers and devasthanams have started similar services in some way or other. In down south, we have personally seen organizations following the same practices, saying Manav Seva, Madhav Seva. Not only the services, the order itself is open to all. No bar on the ground of religion, race, or nationality. We have already heard from Swami Suviranandaji and from the lectures of Reverend Swami Prabhanandaji how the DG UNESCO was taken aback that what Swamiji has conceived in 1897 while formulating the constitutions of the Ramakrishna mission has found the echo in the UNESCO Charter drawn in 1945. Back home, when for the first time the voluntary guidelines of the corporate social responsibilities was launched on 21st December 2009 at Vigyan Bhavan, New Delhi, by the then President of India, inspiring services of the RKM over 100 years was the principal motivating factor in our minds. We wanted the boardrooms of the large corporates to be sensitized to the felt needs of the vast majority of the poor and depressed. Part of their profits should be spent for Bahujana Hitai, Bahujana Sukha. We all felt the impact of the unprecedented COVID pandemic for more than 2 years. During this period, the Ramakrishna order with all branches have been rendering human service to common people. After a short preparatory time, many centers have started regular conduct of their programs, lectures, even Bhakta Sammelans online. The devotees and admirers who could not visit the centers because of COVID restrictions and felt isolated happily joined these online programs. They could also watch the live celebrations of Durga Puja, Tithi Pujas of Sri Thakur Ma Swamiji, and other activities in the mosque, and enjoyed the virtual sadhu sangha. In this serious calamity, almost every family has suffered. So the benedictions from the most revered President Maharaj on different occasions provided the much needed succor to sufferers. Erudite, thoughtful, and compassionate lectures from revered Vice President Maharaj's, General Secretary Maharaj, and many other senior monks heading different centers in India and abroad did provide the lifeline support for psychological survival of COVID patients and their close family members. The tech-savvy devotees of the order, in turn, circulated such programs for larger audience. Spiritual groups were formed, and the video speeches of the revered monks were freely circulated. We have also noticed, by Mother's grace, remarkable changes in the minds of many of our non-devotee friends who have become regular viewers of these posts, eventually turning into the ardent admirers of the order. What is the present day perceptions? The spirit behind every word of Swamiji's speech on 1st May 1897, proposing the name of the new association with the name of Thakur Sri Ramakrishna, stirred the minds of all devotees even now. He said, this association will bear the name of him in whose name we have become sannyasis. He has told for the sannyasis. And for the grihis, he told him, taking whom as your ideal, you are leading the lives of householders. Unquote. Today, the householder devotees look at Ramakrishna Modern Mission as the lighthouse, guiding, inspiring, and encouraging. The human ship floating in the turbulent ocean to come to the safest harbors, where they will find peace and solace in the spiritual presence of Thakur, Ma, and Swamiji. Jai Thakur, Jai Ma, Jai Swamiji, Jai Ramakrishna Sangha. Sri Ramakrishna Arpanam.